Good afternoon, Bobcats. Tonight's homework help covers this entire week's worth of math homework, and this is pages 6 through 8, and it is due on Friday. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm going to explain at least how to do one question from each section. The first section, we did question number 1 in class today, but I want to explain it a little bit more. Okay, so if the value of 500 is how many times greater than the value of 50? So if I have a 500 and I have a 50, well, how do I get this 5 to move over here into the hundreds place? I would have to multiply that 50 by 10, and it would give me 500. So the value of 500 is 10 times the value of 50. Now in this case, if we're going from 410, the value of 410 is how many times the value of 4,100. Okay, so how do you get from 4,100? How are you going to get to 410? What you do is you're moving your decimal place one place over. So if you're moving your decimal to the left, you're dividing by 10. And the way we represent dividing by 10 is that's 1/10. So 410 is 1/10 times the value of 4,100. Okay. For these next questions, when you multiply, you move the decimal to the right. When you divide, you move your decimal to the left. None of these have decimals in them, but some of these do have dividing. So if you take a look at number 1, 7 times 10 to the first power, the decimal is right here at the end. Okay, so if you say 7 times 10 to the first power, there's 1 0 there. One place is all you're moving. So you move your decimal to the right and put a 0 in there. So you get 70. If you had number 10, 513 divided by 10, there is no exponent here, but there's 1 0. 10 to the first power is the same thing as saying 10. There's 1 0, so I know my decimal's here, and if I'm dividing, I'm going to move my decimal to the left, so I'm going to move it one place, and that would give me 51 3/10. I'm going to pick one more, number 11. Okay, if I have 682, my decimal goes at the end. I'm dividing, so I'm going to move my decimal to the left. How many places am I going to move it? This one actually has an exponent. The exponent tells me I'm going to move it 2 places. If it didn't have an exponent, I'd only move it 1 place because there's only 1 0 here. So I'm going to move it 2 places to the left, 1, 2, and I get 6 82 hundredths. Okay, for 13 through, looks like 16, it's telling you to solve. So we're going to take a look at number 13. In which number is the value of the digit in the hundreds place 10 times as much as the value of the digit in the tens place? Okay, so let's take a look at all of these hundreds places. And then all of the tens places. Now, is this 9 going to be, is this 9 in the hundreds place 10 times greater than 0? No. Is a 6 in the hundreds place 10 times greater than a 6 in the tens? Yes, that one is correct. Is 2 10 times greater than this 8? No. Is a 3 in the hundreds place 10 times greater than a 2 in the tens place? No. So that one would be correct right there because you've got your 6 in the hundreds and 6 in the tens. Okay? Moving on to question, let's take a look at number 17. Johann multiplied 52 by 10 to the second power. What's the product? 52 times 10 to the second power. This means I'm going to move my decimal. Since I'm multiplying, it's going to go to the right 2 places. So if I have the number 52 and I move it 2 places to the right, I'm going to put 2 zeros in these spaces here, and I would get D. Okay, I think you should be okay with these here. Well, we'll take a look at number 19. Eartha multiplied 5 by a power of 10. So 5 by 10 to the something power. She got 5,000. Now, by what power of 10 did Eartha multiply? Well, look, if she had 5 and then she got 5,000, how many zeros did she add to the end? She added 3. So that would be 5 times 10 to the third power. Okay, I think we should now be good on 21 and 22 because that's explaining more with exponents. Let's take a look at number 1. The digit 7 in the hundreds place has a value of 700. If it's in the hundreds place. 7 in the tens place has a value of 70. 700 is blank times the value of 70. So how many times the value is 700 is blank times the value of 70? Well, how many zeros did you have to add? You had to add 1 zero. So it's going to be 10 times the value. And then here at the bottom, the last questions. When it says number name, that means they want it in word form. So let's look at this one. This one is 46 and, that's where you put the decimal, and 97 hundredths. And you have to put that THS on the end. All right, I hope that this helps you with homework. If you need additional help, then you need to go check out Homework Help in the Mornings. And again, this is due on Friday.